This is 40 years of Jordan brand we're talking about.
You understand?
Totally.
I don't need these. I need them. I have been wear testing these for the last, say, week.
That the NBA wouldn't let you wear? Now, why wouldn't they let you wear?
Is this the greatest Jordan retro of all time? Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased, and we are talking about the most hyped, the most anticipated shoe of the year, and it's a Jordan 1, which is crazy because last year, no one was buying them. But before we get into it, I have one question before we get started. Is this the greatest Jordan retro of all time? Now, Jordan brand is celebrating 40 years this year. And 40 years ago today, Michael Jordan, as we all know, wanted to go to Adidas. But his mum begged him. And in doing so, changed the entire landscape of athletes and performance wear by giving him not only his own shoe, but equity. In years to come, we would all know the brand Jordan. Not just a part of Nike, but its own thing. So this year they are celebrating 40 years, so that's why there's a lot going on with it. And you could say the 85s are a big part of it, but if you're paying attention, there's a lot more than that. So it all started when Jordan brand just got rid of their Instagram account. It was gone. And there was a bit of speculation going around from a lot of different sneaker vlogs and things like that. Then all of a sudden, all the Jordan 1s popped up on the Nike app. They were banned. The shoes were banned on 2K. Then this account started getting around and there was like a paid actor giving out citations for people wearing Jordans, like,
Or Section B, Clause 3.2, uniformity of uniforms. You understand?
Totally. What we have here is violation. Okay.
this is honestly one of the coolest rollouts of all time. And it just kept going and going and going. At one point they were even going to ban the Jordan logo on NBA jerseys, but the NBA pulled out last minute and there still is a couple of jerseys getting around. Today we had the Super Bowl, and although I only really watched it for Kendrick Lamar, one of the players had a custom banned pair of cleats on. Pretty wild. What's also interesting is we all know the story of the banned shoe is actually about an airship, not the Jordan 1. But I don't think that takes anything away from this. This is just all a lot of fun. When you think about last year, the Jordan 1 kind of died off a little bit. Everyone was getting into these mesh runners, and you could basically pick up any Jordan 1 you wanted that didn't have a backward swoosh on it for retail, maybe even under. The rumors started circulating that there was only going to be 10,000 pairs. I think that's changed. I think it's 23,000 pairs. But there is only 23 stores. Like, it would make no sense for them to be just 10,000 pairs. Like, 10 has no numerology to what we're doing here. 23 does. Michael Jordan, 23. But 23 stores across the US are the only ones getting the shoe. They're not even dropping on sneakers, which is crazy. Every experience that I've seen online so far, because for the most part they dropped over the weekend in America, they've all been this real hyper local experience, and they've all been a little bit different. Some were like white gloves, some if you went to your local store and asked about it, you got put into a secret list. That secret obviously doesn't last too long. Everyone gets put into the list. If you were the first one to do that, I would have kept my damn mouth shut to guarantee a pair. But when you rocked up, there was like this extravagance. They delivered it with a white glove, champagne, all this type of stuff. I'm not going to say every store had an experience like that, but a lot of them were doing activations and things to make it special. This is 40 years of Jordan brand we're talking about. So within the rollout, we had all these videos circulating online from secondhand accounts where this person was giving out citations. And the whole idea was like the shoe was still banned. And that's where you get all the imagery, everything like that. And it was cool to see everyone play along with it, the vlogs, the staff at Nike, everything like that. Like being on campus, imagine some dude just walks up to you and is like, hey, your shoes are banned, here's a citation, or a fine, as we call it here. But yeah, look, it was just so cool to see. Then, of course, when they flipped it and it was unbannable, you had all these videos like...
In 1984, Nike created the revolutionary Air Jordan 1. 1 month later, they were banned from the game. Nike could have paid a fine, but they didn't.
It was $5,000 every game.
And it changed everything. The Air Jordan was a massive failure. There were no more signature shoes, no catchphrases, no sneakerheads, and no subtle nods.
Like, what happened if Nike didn't pay the fine? They were like, you know, all this wouldn't happen. Like, Travis Scott wouldn't even be La Flame. Like, just outrageous claims, but it was so much fun. The rollout has been honestly incredible. Then, of course, they flipped it, and it's unbannable, and all this marketing for unbannable comes along. I believe, like, even influencers and people that have already got the pairs sent out to them, the pamphlet said unbannable. All the promo material, videos, like all the graphics around, all their social media is now unbannable. Over the weekend at Summer Jam in Melbourne, they had unbannable everything. And they even had a thing, if you could scan the QR code there, you went into a raffle to get the BRED toes early. They've also, I've noticed recently too, that they've kind of like looped in the black toes in this unbannable banned campaign. And it is a play on, because all of it is a play on essentially. Like, these were banned, this could have shut down the whole thing that we know as Jordan brand, and this is a continuation of what happened. This is why it's allowed to happen, because Nike refused to let this happen. And let's be honest, like back in '85, that was genius marketing. If you're telling a kid these sneakers are banned, they're gonna go, man, I want them shoes, I need them.
That's okay, the color stand for
But is this the shoe that the NBA wouldn't let you wear? Yeah. Now, why wouldn't they let you wear it? Just because it's ugly, I guess, for starters.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't you help design these?
But if you think about it, again, we said before, the Jordan 1 was a little bit slower last year. Maybe there was too much stock. Maybe the faux hype, the bubble had busted, the economy, everything like that. But when you put out this and build the hype so much for a Jordan 1, that they've literally built from the ground up. This isn't like your normal 85. This isn't like your current Jordan 1 that we all know. They've gone back with computers and completely like built it from the ground up. This is like, I've seen images, they look incredible. The quality of the materials look incredible. I need them. Like, I need them. I'm wearing all Jordan right now, hoping that the Jordan gods bless me with a pair with the only raffle we have in Australia. I will get to that in a minute, but it feels like they're building the hype back up, because if you get to this fever pitch with a Jordan 1 and you can't get it, like over here in Australia, they drop on the 14th. So you get to be let down on Valentine's Day one more time. But on the 15th, you get the black toe. So you don't get them, maybe you can get them, colorways is similar. I don't know, it feels pretty clever. I initially had that thought, and then I remember seeing Creased talking about it the other day. He was like, you know, for them it was like this weekend and that weekend. For us it's the same week. But it does feel like that's a plan, because when they were initially meant to be releasing the BRED toe reimagines last year, they wouldn't have done too well. They took them off the shelf, everything like that, build the hype back up with this clever marketing campaign, and then you've not only got one, but two fantastic Jordan 1s coming. Call it three, because they're doing the Jordan 1 85 low as well. In the Chicago colorway, I'm going to need them. Anything in a Chicago colorway I'm going to need. Let's be honest here. But this 85 BRED, in America, you've got the best chance of the 23,000 pairs. Over here in Australia, we'll be lucky to get what we get. And from what I've just seen, the raffle is live on supply. So go to supply store. They are $330 Australian. $25 postage on top. It's a crazy price. I don't know what the allocation is between, say, stores and online, but I generally go with the in-store raffle. I enjoy the experience more, but the other part of it is I feel like everything about this campaign has been pushing towards in-store, so I feel like that may have a better approach. I don't know, I could be wrong. But $330 on supply, so that raffle is live until Wednesday 10 AM. And then you've also got sneakers on the day, or the Nike launch page for us here in Australia. So 2 chances only. I thought Up There may get them, but I haven't got a raffle up yet and I haven't heard anything. But these are your chances. $330, it is a lot. Over here in Australia, I want to say $250 is retail for a pair of Jordan 1s. Obviously, conversion rates, everything like that, work it out for yourself. Used to be $230. Used to be even cheaper than that years ago, but yeah, now it's $330. I'm not a fan of paying $300 for a pair of 3s, let alone $330 for a pair of 1s, but my God, do I need these. The marketing, even just around how they rebuilt the shoe from the ground up, like everything about it is. I don't need these. I need them. But let me know in the comments, what do you feel? For me, like, I feel like this could be, honestly, the best Jordan retro of all time. It's a crazy statement to say. A lot of people said that about the Lost and Found. For me, rather than like giving it a pre-aged look, like going back and giving it like the 100% authenticity from 85. Little details on it, like on the box it doesn't have the registered trademark logo on the swoosh like it normally does, because it wasn't registered at that time. It doesn't say Air Jordan 1, it just says Air Jordan. There are so many little details. The midsole, how they've built it, is similar to what they did in 85. The actual way it sits is like that instead of like that. I'd love to show it to you in hand, but I have been wear testing these for the last, say, week, just so you guys get... No, I'm kidding. This is a mid. Oh, God. If you picked up that it was mid prior to me actually telling you, then, like, you know what it is. I did my best to frame it, but, yeah. There's the only mid that I've got still, and this is back when the mids were a bit better quality materials, but this may be the closest I come to the BRED 85s, let's be honest. We've got all the information, we've seen the rollout. What are the people saying? Usually I ask for it in the comments here, but I have noticed a few people here, and it seems to be the same narrative. With all of this rollout, with all the money that they've spent, why is it so limited? Why? It makes no sense. They're spending more than they're sort of returning. I'll tell you why. It is to celebrate the 40th year of Jordan Brand. It is to build the hype back up for Jordan Brand. It is also to have something special, because let's face it, a lot of you, unless you're told that it's fantastic, unless you're told that it's rare, it's limited and all this, you don't care. For me, if I like it, I like it. It doesn't really matter to me. But a lot of you will not purchase something unless it ends up going for $1,000. I don't understand why, but this is why we can't have nice things. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. How you feeling about this? Do you want them? Do you not want them? Are you apprehensive about potentially paying resale? Like, what could the resale be if they're already $330? Crazy. I believe like after the weekend drop, they went from like 800 down to 300 US. So like, what's that over here? Closer to 5? I don't know, man. It'll be interesting. We'll just have to wait and see. If I end up with a pair, so be it. I mean, I would love to do this video similar to how Creased did, and then a day later a pair rocked up, but we know that's not happening. Let me know what you're feeling in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and if you want to check out all the antics that I got up to at the UFC during fight week, make sure you check out the other channel too. We'll be back every week with brand new content on both channels. Peace.
Really nice, holy shit.
So I found they were really tight. If you loosen up that strap though, it helps.
Yeah.
So but they were long. Like, they felt bigger than a 10.
That's cool.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, it was nicer than I thought.
Would you have paid resale for these?
I was about to, until I called up supply on Sunday. Because I rang them, they said, yeah, there's a few pairs. Ring up Monday and we can hold a pair for you until you can come.
You know what they told me? They had heaps of stock. But you and I both lost in the raffle. Did you go for a 10?
Yeah, I did.
I went for a 10. They had multiple pairs of 10s.
Yeah,
That makes no sense to me.
No, it doesn't. I know a lot of people lost that wanted them. And they're being sold resale right now. It's like anywhere between 330 to 500, 600 depending on the size.
Nah, I don't think it's that much because like someone posted in an American group on me and it was only like $20, $30 over. So
I was going to get a pair for 330, but then I saw as high as 500, 600 for 14, 15s.
yeah, okay.
But medium price right now is like 450 on them just for that, in a size 10 to 11. And I think it's crazy for a shoe that's sitting, but no one knows.
Yeah. Supply always does some weird shit like that, but you know, you get the in-store experience, it's fun. What the hell happened here? Like almost broken. I'm gonna have to redo this again. This is gonna be the most constructive outtakes of all time. But yeah, I was wearing Jordan. Jordan everything. I need this shoe. It's great that these things just click together like Lego. I didn't mean to, but I've kind of put like a bunch of Air Max ones together. But it was not intentional. Not that Air Max one. That's now no longer together with that one. What the hell happened there? It's kind of exploded. Maybe we should put that one on top if it's going to be an issue. Put my spans. My spans, bro. Put that in here. Oh no, that one's fucked too. I think that was the culprit. What do we want, half an hour more of putting these together? I don't think so. Peace.